What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another one, bro. It seemed like every time I'm doing an SCP, it's a bear. It's every time it's a bear, bro. It's literally a bear every time I watch SCPs, bro. It is what it is. Shout out the rubber, my guy. We just gonna watch this. Also, I want to do a lot. I want to catch up with SCP-001 when day breaks. Definitely gonna get into that. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into it, bro.
Viewer discretion is advised. Dr. Bright could tell that his son, TJ, a boy perpetually living his younger years, was trying his best to mask the pain and stress of the healing process.
What healing process?
The boy grimaced as he breathed rapidly, his chest rising and falling. All right.
I ain't gonna lie. Why he look like he's stroking that thing, though? Why does he almost look like he going crazy? Bro, all you gotta do is add the proper sound effects. Like, I don't even be that guy, but like...
Breathed rapidly, his chest rising and falling. All right, that's enough
bro.
for today. Dr. Bright patted TJ's head.
I'm just the messenger.
Feel the distressed sweat seeping through his hair. TJ smiled, which seemed to please Dr. Bright.
Nah, I don't like the way Dr. Bright looking at him. And then the girl, look, the girl in the back, she's mad. She's almost like, yo, like, I don't condone this. Wow, bro, we are 30 seconds into the video, bro.
The doctor's assistant, Sina, saw more in the gesture. He heals other people, but I wonder, who heals him? We patch him up every time. What kind of silly question is that? I don't mean his external wounds. I'm talking about those that our eyes cannot see. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we're bringing you a tale from the SCP Foundation.
590.
TJ sat in front of his window.
I don't even know who TJ is, bro. I don't know what powers or anomalous properties that he has.
Looking out into the garden, lost in thought. Sina entered the room behind him, holding TJ's favorite chocolate bar. Good job today,
his favorite
TJ.
chocolate bar?
Here, you must be hungry. I'll just leave this here.
Excuse me.
Beautiful day, isn't it? Want to go out? TJ shook his head and smiled. He continued to look at the garden, but Sina could tell that his eyes were seeing something more. It was as if he was staring into a world that she couldn't see. In stark contrast to the calm breeze blowing through the garden, a maelstrom was stirring inside TJ's mind.
Right.
He'd love to go out, but what difference would it make? Wherever he went, he could still hear the screams as painful images flashed through his mind. Suddenly, his room turned crimson red, with blood and bullet holes splattered across the walls.
What is his ability?
Somewhere, sirens blared loudly and gunshots rang out. The floor around TJ was covered with dead men. He found himself holding an assault rifle in his hands, with nothing but adrenaline running through his body. A bloodied man at his feet extended a hand toward him. Help me. SCP-590's powerful jaw appeared before either could react, grabbing the man and lifting him from the blood-soaked ground.
Yo!
He screamed in extreme pain as the immortal reptile
he's wildin'. He's wildin'.
Eventually, SCP-682 tore his body in half, and the screaming stopped. TJ was stunned, shocked, and terrified by 682's viciousness. Before he could
It'd be killing me like creatures like 682, bro. Y'all don't even be eating the humans. I can understand if y'all like, you know, the human the circle of life. You know, you're eating stuff for, you know, to sustain you. You know what I mean? To make sure that you get your nutritions in, your vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? But y'all niggas, they just be eating shit just to kill it. What's the point?
Collect himself, 682 rushed toward him. In less than a second, TJ's right arm was gone. He began to scream.
Damn.
TJ. When
this one is crazy.
Sina's worried voice reached TJ, he found himself back in his room again. No blood, no sirens, no death. He checked his arms, covered in bandages but still attached to his body. He could finally see Sina. He hugged her, and they held the embrace in silence for a moment. It's okay, I'm here. They're not real. You're safe here. It had gotten worse. The painful experience of those he healed stayed with him, and lately they had become so vivid that the visions were bleeding into his reality. Help me. Don't leave me. He could faintly hear the voices screaming at him in his head. Images of men killing or being killed were seared deeply into his mind, always ready to remind him of what he's seen. His young mind couldn't understand. I haven't done anything wrong.
Bro, that screech is horrifying.
So why are these things in my head? TJ tried to shut them out, but he couldn't. He could only smile. He smiled despite the pain he felt. He smiled for his sister who couldn't smile herself, hoping that she could feel his happiness through her endless tears.
Are these the Dr. Bright's children or whatever the hell? Are these them? They have like all abilities and stuff like that? I forgot, bro. I need to sharpen up my lore a little bit.
He smiled to the world around him, even when it offered him nothing but pain and darkness. Sina flipped through TJ's sketches scattered across the floor and shuddered. Page after page of crudely illustrated deaths. Quite a few featured men in MTF uniforms fighting against unthinkable abominations, some of which Sina recognized from containment.
Yep.
Are these what haunt TJ's mind? Sina thought. Images of MTF men in agony as they are dismembered? Some drawings depicted the act of killing, while others showed people who were already dead.
Wow.
He's just a kid, she thought, looking at TJ. He gave her a weak smile. I can arrange a transfer for SCP-590 to be with you if you'd like to. Before she could finish speaking,
that is actually
TJ
a great
grabbed her
idea.
hand and shook his head pleadingly.
Why no though?
She sighed and ran her hand through his hair. If you ever need anything, come to me, okay? TJ smiled again. Sina slowly got up and left the room. He just needed a ray of hope, a little light to brighten up his world, and that light now rested on the table, the chocolate bar. He always felt better after eating them. They were his favorite. The
Why?
smooth, rich taste made the screams and darkness go away for a brief moment. But what good did it do when the horror always came back to him? He removed his bandages slowly and gently. The wound was still healing. Strange, he thought. It bleeds and bleeds and bleeds, but it'll eventually stop. Yet, why won't the wounds inside me heal?
That's
How
deep.
can something that doesn't bleed hurt me and torment me so much? TJ noticed that Kairos the bear was beside him
The
now.
Stitch Bear, my
He
boy.
snuggled it against his chest, and it reciprocated his affection.
My
He
boy.
could feel its little stubby hands hugging him. It made him feel safe. The way Kairos looked at him made him feel like he was being listened to, without even having to say a single word. Kairos had fetched TJ the chocolate bar, almost like it knew just what he needed. TJ unwrapped the chocolate bar and took a bite. The rich flavor pleased him, and he felt a smile growing across his face. He couldn't help it. He smiled in remembrance of the few good memories floating in the sea of painful ones. TJ smiled because it was the only way he knew how to make living less painful. As Dr. Bright watched the surveillance camera feed of TJ's room, Sina entered with some of the boys' sketches. She glanced at the screen. It made her happy and relieved when she saw TJ unwrapping the chocolate bar.
Nice.
Have you thought of getting someone to take care of him? I'm his father. I'll handle it. You're not even there for him. I'm monitoring him, aren't I? But you're not doing anything. Sina tossed the sketches onto the table next to the doctor. What is this? Dr. Bright picked up a drawing, immediately wincing in disgust. This is what goes on in your son's head. Do you even know what he's dealing with? That's right, you don't. He doesn't just feel all the injuries these men...
Yeah, no, are these original stories or are these like lore that's just being filled in?
suffered. Oh, no. That's nothing compared to what goes on in his mind. Now, don't you dare... The pain, the deaths, the trauma. How many times have these men killed or watched others be killed? Right now, his mind is full of those memories, forcing him to relive them over and over again.
Oh, so he takes their pain? Nah, that's a fire ability.
When he healed them, not only did he take on their broken bones, but also their mental trauma. Of course I know. He's my son, for God's sake. Do you think it doesn't pain me to see him suffering like this? What do you suggest that we do, huh? Drug him with amnestics every time he heals? The side effects will make it worse than it already is. If you could at least tell him about it, maybe... Oh, come on. How naive can you be? He may look like a teenager, but he has the mind of a 3-year-old.
Jesus.
You can try to break it down for him, but he will never understand a damn thing. He will not grow. He will not be able to process the thoughts in his head. There's nothing we can do.
But why?
So that's it then. We just let him suffer alone forever? As Sina and Dr. Bright spoke, TJ was visible on the screen, speaking to Kairos. The bear was looking at TJ, nodding and occasionally leaning forward to hug him. I volunteer to be his caretaker. Denied. Foundation personnel are not to engage in personal relationships with anomalous subjects.
Wow.
How can you talk about your son like that? Don't forget your place here, Sina.
Wow.
You're working for the Foundation.
Nigga.
Should you break the rules, you'll face severe consequences. To hell with that. I'll gladly bear those consequences if it means a clear conscience. She stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind her. Dr. Bright looked back to the monitor. TJ had already finished the chocolate bar and was sitting beside Kairos, looking idly out the window. Dr. Bright noticed the peaceful expression on his face. It was an expression that he knew would not last. TJ took up a pen and a pad of paper and began doodling. Sina lifted a cigarette to her mouth. Before she could light it, however, a rotund arm reached around from behind her and took it away. That's your fourth one.
Oh, I thought somebody was about to gouge her neck. I was about to say, bro, what is this video? What's happening? Is that Sun Wukong? Who is that? Thor? When he's fat?
Now, it's not good if you keep this up, you know. Bess, I heard your conversation with Dr. Bright. Despite keeping so many anomalies contained, these walls are surprisingly thin. You'd think they would make it harder for anomalies to get through, or, in this case, conversation. Sina chuckled and took out another stick, lighting it up. Bess could only shake his head in disapproval as she took a deep drag. You're good with kids. I've seen you around. Could you perhaps work your magic on TJ? I can't deny that, but not even I could promise to forever erase that which plagues his mind. Why not? You're an anomaly, no offense. Can't you be around him and take care of him? None taken, and as a matter of fact, I could care for him. I can make him laugh, make him forget all the pain. But that only lasts a moment. When the darkness comes again, the most we can do is try to shine a little light that can guide him out of the darkness. I don't get it. SCP-590 would be perfect for him. Seeing how he had to endure all these painful things, I don't understand why TJ dislikes the idea so much. TJ's a child, but he understands 999's value for the Foundation and how not to be selfish. He knows that if he has 999 all to himself, he'll be taking away other people's happiness. He's a selfless soul. That's why he agreed to perform all those healing tasks in the first place. Wouldn't you agree? He only agreed so his father wouldn't get angry. You heard how the doctor talked about TJ? Perhaps, but I'd like to believe that humans, especially children, are inherently kind and selfless.
True.
And that's a choice TJ made. Selflessness is his strategy, and kindness is his weapon against the darkness. As Sina listened, her cigarette ash fell into her hand. The stinging burn broke her out of her deep thoughts. Oh, look at me, rambling incessantly again. I best be going now.
Bro, who is
want
that?
To keep your visitor waiting. Visitor? As Bess turned to leave, he walked past TJ, who was waiting nearby with a piece of paper in his hand. Bess patted his head and smiled. Go on now, child, he seemed to say. TJ? What are you doing here? You must be exhausted. Don't you want to rest? Is there something on my face? Smoke make you cough and get you sick. She noticed that TJ's worried gaze was fixed on her cigarette. She crushed the cigarette against the wall and stuffed it into her coat, which made TJ smile brightly. He held the paper out to her. What is this? A drawing? TJ nodded. It was a crude drawing of a boy standing behind a winged angel, holding out a shield, emanating immense light that held off monsters in the darkness. TJ tugged gently at Sina's sleeve. Can I have chocolate again tomorrow? Sina nodded. Only then did she notice how bright TJ's smile could be sometimes. She looked at the drawing again and realized that she was the angel and that the shield was made out of a chocolate bar, protecting TJ from the monsters, a light guiding him out of darkness.
Nice. That's exactly how it should be. What, you don't get no more fan arts? Nah, damn, my boy, you don't do that no more? Jesus, we got so many SCP videos to catch up with, bro. Oh my God. Oh, here he is, the Egyptian god Bess. I might have to look into those. I might have to look into those next time. You got it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know other SCPs and things of that nature that you guys want. And per usual, I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Peace out, bro.